Got everything cleaned and sanitized. It is absolutely critical that you clean your taps. You do not want to infect your tree. So just a standard wire brush does the trick. Just clean the inside out. Also do that with all of our lines. These will be our drip lines from the tap down into the bucket. And then we clean the tips of the drill bits. This is 7/16 bit. This is a 5/16 bit. This one will go with these taps. And then the 7/16 goes with the old school style tap. This came with the kit. These taps were for the kit, and then buying a drill bit. You can buy a specialized tapping bit. They are expensive. The idea is when you drill into the tree, it pulls all the material out basically in one shot. What you don't want to be doing is drilling and kind of rolling it. Those bits are really sharp. They work very well, but they are expensive. So this is just a standard wood bit. It drills just fine, but I just make sure to also get all the material out of the tree as much as possible, because you don't want the back of this clogging up. But yeah, so I track everything as far as the time. So this took about 45 minutes to do all the cleaning. I clean this at the end of the year, so it's a lot faster to do at the beginning of the year for this year. But I'll track all the time and see how much time I've actually put into the operation and see where I might be able to get a little leaner. So we'll get these dried. We're gonna start on some buckets next, and then hopefully later today, get out and at least start tapping some of these trees. All right, 25 buckets roughly, and do a full count. The 26 lids, there's only half of it. I gotta do the 5 gallons, but I won't do them today. Do this, fellas, if you're cleaning these, do this when your wife's not around, because she's gonna murder you if you destroy her kitchen. So there's a lot of chaos right here, a lot of water I gotta clean up before she has a meltdown. But the 2-gallon pails, these are all the ones that you can get from Walmart or your local bakery. These are free 90% of the time. Sometimes some of the stores, they'll charge you $1, which will include the lid. But these are food grade, which is what you need if you're gonna collect sap. You can't just use just any type of pail. You want a food grade rated pail. And they're expensive. A 5-gallon pail is $4, and it's like another $1.70 for the lid. So add that up, when you start adding a lot of trees, it gets really expensive. But these are free. These are about 2 gallons, maybe a little bit more than 2 gallons. These will be in the areas where I can get to the trees pretty quickly and not have to take the 4-wheeler all the way back. Best time to get these are like a Wednesday, Thursday, when people start putting their orders in for cakes for the weekend, for the parties, or near a holiday where you're gonna have a lot of bakery type of items being used, and you're gonna have a lot of these being used up. Just go up to the bakery and say, hey, do you have any icing buckets available that you're getting rid of? And sometimes they'll give you a stack, sometimes I might give you one or none. Summertime's the best to start collecting instead of waiting to the winter where there's less parties or outdoor parties typically. But Thursdays is like your best bet to try and get icing buckets because of the weekend cakes and bakeries that are going down. So we'll get dried. Some of these will still need our logo to it. We'll finish drying them, and I think this will be what I'll hang today for this weekend. Just start with the 2-gallon ones on some of these trees, but it's a process. Like I said, I keep track of all the time. That took me about 40 minutes, 35 minutes is about 30 seconds a pail. The 5-gallon ones are about 45 seconds a pail. All that comes into play at the end of the year when I'm looking to become way leaner. I can't do a vacuum line like a lot of the bigger operations do. We're gonna have to be on buckets, at least at this current home. maybe one day when we move, we'll be able to do a different type of operation. But we're on buckets for now, which is fine. Big thing is making sure you clean them really well at the end of the season, which I did. So beginning of season, it's really easy to just quickly wipe them down. They're ready to go. They're sanitized. So we'll get them done, get some buckets on, and let's start the season. So a fun little hack, you might be saying, well, how are you going to stack all these? They're wet, they're going to freeze. Piece of cardboard, keeps them from suctioning in. Do this with the 5-gallon ones as well, but you can stack these, don't have to worry about suction. Oops. I should do that one correctly first. Because these are still wet, once I bring them outside, they're probably going to freeze. So we'll avoid that. Just throw a piece of cardboard in so I can walk to where I need to get to, take them apart easily, and reuse these later on for the 5-gallon ones, which are the real pain to haul around with. But yeah, little hack, if you didn't really know, you can use string. You don't have to use cardboard. String works just as well. But I know you got packages left over from your wife ordering stuff, so take that cardboard and utilize it so you're not fighting to take these apart. All right.